All right, so now the torso's done, we just need to do the other limbs. And I'm gonna do a little bit, but I don't want to do all of it with you just because it's really kind of just the same thing. So I'm gonna go back into object mode, right? So this torso is one object. We're just gonna make sure in object mode, I'm at Shift A, and we're just gonna add another grease pencil object. It's just gonna be blank. Go ahead and rename it, and we'll call this leg dot L. So this will be the left leg, as you can see there. And we just need to basically do the same things we did before. So when we look at our materials, you'll see there's black right there. I'm just going to click this icon, and we're just going to choose the ones that we already have. So I'm going to choose ink. I'm going to hit the little plus here. I'm going to click on this, and I'm doing the legs. So we're going to need the blue paint. And then I'm also going to need another paint because there's going to be the brown here as well. So I'll hit the little plus, and we'll make a new one. Click new, and we'll just call this brown paint. Brown space paint. Okay. And it will not be a stroke, it will be a fill. I'm gonna click on this, go up here and get my brown color. It needs to be a little darker like that. Okay. So there's brown paint, and I think that's all I need as far as my colors are concerned. We're gonna go to the stroke. We'll go ahead and we'll name this lines. So we'll put lines here, and we'll go ahead and do another one, and this one will be fills. And you're going to have to do this basically each time. Make sure the fills is underneath the lines by clicking on this. All right. And I think that's all we really need. So under here, just select ink. So we have ink and make sure you're on lines. And I think that we're good to go. So let's go ahead and we're going to switch back over to drawing mode. I'm going to make sure I grab the same ink pen I did last time. So it's just the same. Make sure you're on lines. Make sure you have the other thing selected. I got the brush up here. And now I'm just going to draw my legs. So we're going to start here. And we're going to go like this. I'm going to go like that. And I'm just going to control plus, plus, plus. Let's hold shift and middle mouse button. It might be easier if you could just do this and we can zoom here. I don't know why I'm hitting the hotkeys, particularly if you're using a pen, like I'm using a pen right now. Um, so this goes down like that. And then I think I had kind of this little wobbly drawing. And then I have the line come across there. So go like that. Go to my snippet tool. Boom and boom. Um, and that looks pretty okay. I think this line needs to go a little bit farther, so I'm going to switch over to the sculpt mode, and yeah, I got the right thing. And, oh, it's because it's behind. Um, so yeah, so it's a little bit behind, so I can't really quite see because it's just the sorting order you don't always know. So what we're going to do is I'm going to switch to object mode. Where are you? Object mode. Okay. And what I'm going to do is we're going to take this and I'm going to move it slightly forward. So it's slightly in front of, right now they exist on the same plane. I'm going to move it. So I just held middle mouse button, clicked and dragged, and then shift to do this. And we're just going to move it slightly forward. So I'm going to hit, I need to move it in the positive or the negative Y. So I'm going to hit G, then Y, and I'm just going to go a little bit, just go very tiny amount, just so it's just in front of like that. Okay. Then I'm gonna hit back on the camera here, and then we're gonna go back into draw mode. And that way I can see what I have. Okay. So that looks pretty okay. I mean, it could look better, but whatever. It'll be fine. All right. So we'll call that good for my lines. There's a little bit of a gap there, but we know how to fix that. So let's go ahead and select our fills. Let's go and we will do, let's do brown paint first. Let's do paint bucket. We'll click in here and that filled. So that's good. Let's choose blue paint. We'll click it here. Well, it ain't going to work. So let's just go ahead and fix it. So I'm going to hold the Alt or Option button to fill in this little gap here. And then up here, I don't want a line there because I want this to be like a shape. I don't want to see a line. So I'm just going to hold Alt again, and I'm just going to draw more or less kind of a circle. Okay. And then we'll click in there, and now that will fill with blue. All right. So that will be our leg, and that looks, acceptable. What I'm going to do is we're going to switch over to object mode. And then you see I have this one. This leg's kind of the same as this. I don't really see the reason in redrawing it. So I'm just going to take this. We're going to hit, make sure you're in object mode. I got the leg here. I'm going to hit Shift D to duplicate. We're just going to drag it over to where the other one is, roughly, like so. And then what I can do is in here, what I'm going to do is this. I could put, so I can either put this behind, so go the other way here, if it makes sense for your character. I think it might. So I'm going to do G and then Y and move it slightly behind the body. So it's behind like this, because I think that visually makes more sense. I noticed that my image now, see how it's behind the reference image? So I'm going to go to my reference image, and we're just going to move this back a little bit as well. So I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to take the location Y, and I'm just going to go like this. Just kind of click and drag, and just so it's behind everything else. Okay, that looks pretty okay. All right, let's go back to the leg here. This one's that way. Yeah, that's the original one. This is duplicate. I'm going to change the name and make sure it's leg.r just so we don't get confused. .r. Okay, good. And then I'm going to go into draw mode, and then actually, I'm sorry, I want to go into sculpt mode, and then here I'm just going to adjust it so it's a little bit closer to what the drawing is. So I have to make this a little bit bigger, and I'm just going to basically kind of nudge this a little bit. Maybe take this and make it out this way just a little, just so it's not like an exact duplicate. It also needs to be uh, a little bit shorter, I feel like. So I'm going to do F like this, make it really big, and I'm just going to nudge this up a little bit, like so, just so it's a little bit more like on this kind of plane. Okay, that looks good. So that's my leg. So you can see we'll do the same thing with the arm. We'll draw one arm, and then I'll just duplicate it for the other one. That looks pretty okay. So I'm going to go back into object mode. We're going to hit Shift A, and then I'm going to choose a grease pencil. We'll do a blank. All right. I'm just going to hold Shift middle mouse button, or actually, let's hit the camera view so I can see what we're doing here. And we're going to go up here, and I'm just going to draw the arm. I do not want to draw the hand, so it's just going to be the arm itself, and then we can go from there. So let's go ahead and just set this one up like we did before. So we're going to click on this, and this will be lines, and then we're going to click again, a little plus, and this will be fills. Okay, we're going to go to our materials, and I'm going to click on this here, and we're going to go ahead and choose ink, because I'm going to need ink for it. I'm going to hit plus. We're going to click on this. We're going to need the green paint, and then I'm also going to need my flesh paint. So we're going to do plus, and we're going to click new. It's not going to be a stroke. It's going to be a fill. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to try to make that color a little less saturated. We'll do something like that. Okay, so do whatever flesh color makes sense to you. Oh, let's rename it. So we'll just call this flesh paint. Hopefully I spelled that right. Paint. It's going to bother me. Paint. Okay, so there's flesh paint. Good. Okay, so we have our materials and such. I'm going to click on ink up here. I'm going to click on layer here. That should have been lines. I don't know what happened there. So lines. All right. Great. So we'll go ahead and we will now draw this arm. It might be easier to actually turn the torso off so I can see the lines a little bit better. And then we will draw them. So I'm going to switch over to draw mode. I'm going to make sure I have my pen. I'm going to use the ink here. And where's my pen? My actual physical pen. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw this. Let me see. Does that look right? Yeah. Looks a little large for what I'd like. So there should be a little line here, and I'm going to draw this going down like so, and we're going to draw this one kind of going like this, like that. It's not quite what I wanted. And then we need to draw our arm line there. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the trim. Take that guy out, take that guy out. Let's go to the sculpt. And then I'm just gonna have to adjust the size here. And I'm just going to, this was a little bit too, I want this more rounded than what it looks like here. I know the drawing looks that way, but I think it'd be better if it wasn't quite. This was also off a little bit. Okay, that looks acceptable. All right, now we just need to paint it. So I'm going to go to, let's go ahead and go back to the draw mode. Let's go to fill, and let's go fills here. Let's go to the material, and we'll just do green paint first. I'm going to click in here, and voila. Let's go to flesh. You can see that's not going to work, so I'm going to hold the Alt button, and we're just going to go ahead, and I want to make sure that you draw like a circle here. Like it should be round like that. And then I'll click on there and voila, now I've got my flesh color and that looks, I think, acceptable. Let's go back and let's go to object mode. I'm going to turn the torso back on and you can see again, it's kind of competing with it. So what we're going to do is we are just going to move it forward. Instead of having to rotate and all that, let's just go to the object here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go until it's go the other way, until it's a little bit in front. So like that, right? So real small amount, like point, you can see it's negative 0.02, negative 0.01 might work as well. I just wanted to be in front. I need to rename this, so we'll call this arm.l. Okay, and then I didn't capitalize it. That's going to bother me. Backspace arm. Okay, and then what we're going to do is, while in object mode, we're going to hit Shift D. I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to hit R. We'll rotate it so it's close. G like this. Just get it kind of roughly where it needs to be. I'm going to turn the torso back off so I can see a little bit better. And then we're going to rename this, and this will be arm.r, as you probably already guessed. .r. Okay, so that'll be arm.r. Let's go into the sculpt mode, and I'm just going to hit F to adjust, and we're just going to basically make this make sense with the drawing that's underneath. Let's make that much bigger. So make your adjustments like so that you don't have to do. You can also just redraw it. Like if yours is like a lot more different than the other one, just redraw the thing. I'm just showing you like kind of shortcuts. You don't have to redraw everything every time. Okay, then we'll go back into object mode. Let's put torso back on so we can see what we have. And this arm actually want to be in the opposite direction. So with this selected, go to here and let's go ahead and we're going to just do point. Well, we'll just drag this that the other direction. So like 0.02, like that. So that way it's behind the torso and not in front. Okay, so at this point now we have drawn both legs and both arms. We need to do the hands and the head, but we're getting there.